live? All right, Shalom. We got the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem will come with us. Double honors for our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like it to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we'll just get right into it.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it,
right, it was Mount Seir. That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing.
Genesis 36.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it. This is Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8. It says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. All right? So it's Edom and Edomites. All right? So-called white man really should today be wicked, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4. Malachi 1 and 4.
Book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4, says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said,
and that's the pride of Esau, because you see, as his kingdom is falling down, he's continuing to build up. All right, he's building over and trying to shine up a turn, right? Like I like to bring out. All right, you know, you can polish it, do all this, make it look good, but still turn at the end of the day. That's meant to what? To be flushed down, right? To be decimated, all right? Not be around. All right? That's why, like this kingdom of Esau, he was so-called white man. All right, it's got an expiration date. All right, he's got a bounds that he cannot pass. All right, so the Lord's got a set time of where he's going to lose. All right, but in their pride, they think they've gotten all they've gotten based off of their knowledge and their strength. Who Yahweh Shemashah gave to them. All right, because he rules the kingdom of men. The basis of men. All right, so you saw he would be the base man. AKA so easy and made man to do. All right, that's his line. All right,
thus said Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
So they should call them the border of wickedness. All right, hold that real quick. We got Job 9:24. All right, we'll see who the Lord gave the command right now. Right?
Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
See, it was given to the hand of the wicked. Did it say the wicked took this place by storm? No, it was given. All right, the Lord allowed them to take that restoration. All right, the so-called white man. That's why he's in the power seat. We look at all these major groups from the Bilderberg groups, the G7 summits, AI conferences, whatever the top organizations, who's in the head of all these, are the so-called white man. All right,
Precept.
chiefly what? Amalek. All right, go ahead, precept.
This is the prayer of Azariah, chapter 1, beginning at verse 7. In all things have we trespassed and not obeyed thy commandments, nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us. Wherefore, all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done unto us, thou hast done in true judgment. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of a lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world.
We're under the most wicked in all the world, the son of perdition, all right? The man of sin, Esau, the so-called white man, all right? That's why you're seeing the fruits of what what's the fruits of wicked rule? All right, look, you're looking at it. Where eating abominations is put on high, corn, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All right, the alphabet community. All right, man with women. All right, man with beasts. Okay. Pride, putting the woman over the man. All right, he reversed the whole roles. So the women and children are over the fucking man. All right, everything's backwards. All right, we're in a bizarre world, man. Because what? A wicked rulership.
Precept.
Real quick, he actually spoke that which is in us now. So think about that was going on then, how much worse it is that the prophets are standing up in this time under this rulership.
So bad that the times that it's become upon us, when the worst comes is every day. Like in the second, the 14th chapter talks about what
15th, or wickedness that exceedingly polluted the earth.
That's that one too, but 14, the world that's got weaker rage.
Oh, God.
All right, so we're at the worst times possible to be. All right, people are so immoral, they don't give a damn. It's lawlessness because of what? Wicked rulership. All right, it trickles down from the head all the way down.
Yeah, even then they knew that they were Israelites.
Yeah.
You know, we came into the land, and the Lord, like He told Jeremiah, "Thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage." So we lost name, we lost land, we lost just even the structure of the man being, ruling, and having our women in subjection. You know, we lost everything. You know, most importantly, we lost the words of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Hashem Shai to turn His back on us, and scatter us based off the word.
God, if I may add to your point, when He told Jeremiah that thou, even thou, I would discontinue from your heritage, that was talking about now. Because in that Jeremiah's in the Babylonian captivity, we knew who we were. Okay, we knew who we were in Egypt. We knew who we were in Assyria. We knew who we were in Babylon. We knew who we were in the Medo-Persian. Okay, so when He says going to discontinue them, that's talking about now. Because His scribe Baruch followed right up and said, in the land of their captivities, you shall remember yourself. That's where we are right now. That precept. Yeah. This is to back you up, along with that Job 2. This is Psalms chapter 12, verse 8, and it reads, "The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted." Okay, and we know, according to Job 30 and 8, he's more vile than the earth. He's the base man. So, and he is the vilest. I think they call him that in Isaiah 32. The vile man, the churl, I think around 32 and 5, 9, somewhere around there. Yep.
Job chapter 9 and verse 1. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says covering.
So it's given into the hands of wickedness, establishing wickedness. You saw it, so-called white man. He's considered what the board of wickedness. So when it comes to wickedness, he's at the forefront of it. He's the author of it. All right. He's the physical counterpart of the spiritual being seen.
It says the covering the faces of the judges thereof.
And how did he do that? He painted the Lord in His image, Yahweh Shai.
Precept.
Painted as a white man with long stringy hair. When he's really a dark-skinned man, really African. Okay? And then what? They painted over the what? The prophets.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they whitewashed all of history and everything that Jake had a part of, all right, to show them as these great people. All right?
Iconoclasm.
Yep, kind. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It says if not, where and who is he?
But it ain't Esau, even so-called white man. Who the hell is it?
Yeah.
Because here it is about the end times, and it says what? Let's get 2 Ezra 6 and 9 real quick. All right, bring that home. Start up a couple verses actually.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse I'll start at 7.
Yep.
It says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? It says, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? It says, and he said unto me, from Jacob and Esau were born of them. Jacob's hand helped first and killed Esau.
Meaning what? Yeah. He got the first run at the kingdom now, right? He got this control. That's what? That's symbolically what? We got you. Right? Junior role reversal. I like that movie Trading Places.
Yeah.
But it's gonna stay like that. It's not gonna be reversal. They ain't gonna make no comeback. You know.
Turn those machines back on.
Yeah.
Turn those machines back
Yeah, it's
on.
over. You ain't gonna be able to hide and go underground, Esau. You're gonna be able to do that, but you're just preserving yourself for the first round of slavery.
God.
Okay, that's the so they say the mind and the heart have deceived him, man. That was that quote in the clefts of the rock, man. So he was about to be deceived by his own quote unquote mastery of his technology and all that when the Lord gave it to him. So you about to go hide in the stars, you know, hide in the ground in some places that's what he said, just to be preserved to be caught for the first round of slavery.
Who's that? Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
Just built some land with a bunch of underground tunnels. You don't know, he's done, man.
Down for it.
He's done.
That's the money. That's the money. They call you caught up.
Says, verse 9, says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
See, Esau's the end of the world, alright? You know, Esau equals your so-called life. Alright, he's in rulership. Guess what? This is it. There ain't gonna be no last thing. Alright, this is the final straw. Alright? For us being in captivity. Alright? Because our time is up as being under punishment, man. Alright, and we're about to get new bodies. We're gonna be changed in the fruit of our eye, man, and be made perfect, man.
God.
And the new covenant. Alright, everything is established in the end of the promise. Refreshing on earth, man. Alright, there'll be a new heavens and new earth, so a whole new power structure on the righteous leadership, man. Alright, because the Lord's gonna set up one that is profitable. What is that? It's Yahweh Shai. It's like Yahweh Shai. Alright, to rule. Alright, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. Yahweh Shai, which means he saves and he delivers. Alright, that's what the world is gonna call Jesus. Alright. Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. Alright, the Heavenly Father, alright, what the world calls God. Alright. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem is the name. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the name of this called. Alright, for the so-called Hebrew Americans. Alright, this ain't our rest. This ain't our life, man. We haven't lived yet. Alright, our life is about to start soon, man.
Yep.
Alright, we deliver, man. Lord willing, we're that number, man. It's gonna start with the elected nation first. Alright, the rest of the two-thirds that are destroyed here in America. Alright, for refusing to repent, for refusing to turn back and rehearse the righteous acts, like in Judges 5 and 11. Alright? They're going to be called back into the kingdom, man, through the loins of the elect. Okay? Come back to the United.
Yep. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh.
Let's start at verse 1.
Verse 1 says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, where hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
There you go. The Lord hates Esau. All right, go ahead.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have indignation forever and ever.
Righteous anger, righteous fury is against Esau, the so-called one. He hates him. All right. He set him aside. All right. He's outside the temple. He's profane. All right. All right. He can never repent.
Nope.
He wasn't given to repent. He just got to eat it. Okay? why we're suffering. Because what? We were disobedient. All right, matter of fact, he gave us 3 and 4.
I'm right there.
God, that's a script, see? I can't make this up.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, "Hear this word that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all of your iniquities."
There you go. Which iniquities what? Sin upon sin. Okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, the children of Israel are the only ones that are getting the true punishment, even though the law, statutes, and commandments are supposed to run the earth entirely. Because what? We are supposed to be the ones ruling the earth. But we got to take it away from us for what? Disobedience. You want to be like the heathen? Okay, Jake, you want to be like the heathen? All right, go out here and live like the heathen. Be cursed. You know what I'm saying? Cursed throughout the 28, 15,
Yeah. I'll say that's why he asked that question at the beginning of Malachi. That's how loved us. We getting our ass whooped. You know, I thought you hated this guy.
Yeah.
But you serving us up well. And this is why. Amos 3 and 1.
And what's us? What? Because the chastisement of the Lord, he really loves us.
Right. If you don't chastise you, a bastard.
We're not sons.
Right.
That's why you see the wicked what? Do wickedly and not be punished for it. And the sense of that. I mean, obviously they're running up that tab for that ultimate judgment.
Right.
You know? The Lord about to get this dude, man, in the worst way.
All right.
All right, he's already fulfilled the curses. Let's get Deuteronomy 37.
Next verse 5, it says, your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified in the border of Israel.
There you go, see? It's going to be a well. Go ahead.
No, because you had the border of wickedness, you had the border of the godly, and he's going to be magnified in the children of Israel. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, it says, a man that hath joy in his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. But you see in the fall happening through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai visiting this place. You know?
Now we're going to see it from an immaculate vantage point. That Psalms 91, he said, only with thine eyes. So you see the reward of the wicked. That's us up on those chariots, you know. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And it reads, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
See? We're seeing that transition right now, man. Look at Esau, even so-called white man, the guy in the passage, right? His own women ain't even fucking with him. And they're exposing all their wickedness from behind the scenes, and they're all doing nasty shit behind the scenes, man. And these so-called white women have been holding back on giving out family secrets and stuff. You know, especially when it comes to children and stuff behind the scenes, beasts and all that. Like I said, you get them clean cut, nice, beautiful neighborhoods, but they're doing shit in the basements of their homes. Your eyes can't see.
Yeah.
Like I said, you see beautiful grass and trees and flowers and beautiful homes and all that. But behind closed doors, all that is happening. All right? And then all the lies have been told about us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of Israel. All right? And they women are down with us. And now these are y'all are really the kings of the earth. They feel the spirit, man.
Hey, precept. Back up that Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
And Esau's wisdom, man. Look at these fucking corners, man, full of opioids. Esau eat them on fucking opioids all through this damn place.
That whole gas station.
Yeah. You know they just took over that whole damn gas station, man.
Yep.
You hear Drilla. Come on.
Oh, we're walking there.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1, and it reads, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil...
Yeah, because you totally took advantage of the Israelites, especially Chad and everything that came over here, man. You took the kindness for weakness, man. Because we're peaceful people at the end of the day, man. We're not these fucking savages and gangsters and all these things they try to portray us through video. Yeah, you know, we got some wicked ass people that need to be destroyed. All right, but Jake deserves some suffering.
Yep.
That's for goddamn sure. All right, but guess what? Esau helped funnel that, man. You give Jake no opportunities, and then every time they try to make it out, you suck them back in with bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I said, because they've done the diligent search, they've done all this research. You done seen the movies like Undercover Brother, Nightclub, Tyrone. They mock and put laughter in it, but all that shit they're doing behind the scenes.
Yep. Frequency in the music.
Yep.
Frequency in the clothing.
Yep.
You know, food, changing the air and water.
Yep.
You know.
That's why without Yahweh Shema Shah, it's over for us. It's over. That's why we're able to sustain and do what we do because the Lord's keeping us going, man.
Yeah.
The Spirit. It don't matter how good you try to eat this devil's against us, man. You got to set up for us to die.
Yep.
It's the Lord that's empowering us to keep us strong, you know, and prevail.
No. Just Isaiah 33:1. I'll start back at the top again. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee."
That's what's not to happen, man. The roles reverse, we going to be on your ass.
Yep.
Man. It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
That's right.
You know, that's watered down to the T, man. We be meditating terror, man. That spiritual power. We're doing all types of shit. We just ain't gonna do the nasty literature riding your ass. Like,
Right.
That's wicked, man. We're gonna punish y'all, man. Yeah, it's gonna be horrible.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. It says, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city, and all that dwell therein."
All the attributes of all the wickedness y'all done, man. For all that, that's why the Lord's gonna do wickedness, man. He's gonna destroy you off the face of the earth. Alright? It's gonna be 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. Marked up. That's the nation. You know? It's nice. And then look, matter of fact, grab numbers 35 and 33. You know, that's
Okay. I'm gonna follow you up with Joel 3.
Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood is defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it."
See, but by the blood of him that shed it, alright? And Esau Edom is the 4 point earth shedding blood all over him. Chiefly here in America, Babylon the Great, man. He's got major blood on his hands, man. Alright, so that's why he's gonna be done away with, man. His blood's gonna be sprinkled across the 4 point earth. Alright, and be destroyed, alright? He's gonna be as dung. Okay? That shit.
Just to back you up, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, beginning in verse.
That's true judgment, man.
Yeah.
That's what you get. That's eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
Yep.
All
Life for
so
life.
That's the matter of fact, real quick, Galatians 6 and 7, real quick. Get that real quick. Yeah, you ain't getting away with this, man. And these low-level Edomites, they feel it. That's why they're in that Hulk Hogan spirit. Hey, brother, we're in this together. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Hulk Hogan Edomites.
Yeah.
You know, brother, you laughing too, brother. You already know, look. You can see?
It's Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap."
See, whatever man soweth, that shall he also reap. All right, and the Lord, we know He judges not only people individually, but He judges the nations. You think all the Israelites were doing all manner of wickedness? You had upright Israelites that's going to do the right thing too, just like this today. We're trying to uphold righteousness to the best of our ability, while we got 2/3 of our people just don't give a fuck.
God.
They're out here doing all manner of wickedness with even knowing that they shouldn't be doing it after hearing the word. You know? They're doubling and tripling down on their wickedness. Get more rebellious as the time is expiring. All right, for this place. All right. So how much more? Lord Sword gonna get these fucking Edomites and these other heathen that taking league with them. You know, Psalms 83rd chapter. Gonna join forces together to go against the children of Israel, man. All these nations are against the one nation, man. This is the only true nation that actually concern Yahweh the children of Israel. Yahshua, Prince Power, Princess of the Power, daughters, princesses of the Power.
Yeah, I was going to say what you were saying about how he judged the righteous ones too in Daniel 9, where it says, under the whole heaven have nothing happened to Jerusalem. He also said in that passage that the ones who judged us called judgment too. You know, and that's just the way it was. Same thing when we were on our way to the promised land. Achan took those things he wasn't supposed to take in Joshua 7. The Lord jacked up the whole nation.
And there's a common denominator too, that Israel goes through it the fucking worst when the judgment's coming out. Our Lord Yahweh more than any more man in existence, man. All right, you got champion that normal man couldn't do. Take what he took.
Right.
And he took out all the sins of the nation of Israel, man. On that cross, man.
Well, Peter made mention, he said, if the Lord start at the house of Israel, how much more the ungodly and the sinful.
Right.
This is 1 Peter 4:17. The time has come and judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Yep, so with all these things happening, Israel is at the forefront of everything. It's like he said, Israel is as the sand of the sea that cannot be numbered. And of course, you know, in the kingdom is going to be innumerable, you know, because again, they'll be fruitful and multiplying. But at this time, we know that Israel is scattered throughout all the four corners of the earth, and they're mixed in, and they look just, you know, they look like the other nations. And so judgment is coming, and it's been hitting Israel, you know, for a very long time. But his return is going to increase. That's why we talk about the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, the other nations will be affected, but our people are going to be greatly affected. You know, because we're the Lord's people.
Because we're his children. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to beat up on the neighbor kids. You're going to handle your children like, y'all go to your parents.
Right.
You mine.
Well, what do your parents say when they send you out? You represent me. And he made us made the men in his image.
And what's the famous line? What's your parents say? Your father say? And you're gonna show out. I'm gonna show out with you.
Right.
So you know, you're all right. Yeah. And then so you know, and that's what the Lord did. So okay, I'm gonna show you how I'll get that.
Yeah.
Your father, look, great, gonna show you. All right. And it says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Yeah, so it's going to be far worse because he's coming to bring, look, Proverbs 13:13. It says, he that despises the word shall be destroyed. And it says, he that fears the commandments shall be rewarded. And the ones that will be fearing the commandments are the elect. All right? And you just made a mention, I put that in the video, I haven't posted it yet, but the thing that's been in my mind a lot is that, you know, men of the Lord are walking billboards of Yahweh and how much more, like you mentioned, more like it should be in our conduct, in our conversation, how we're actually living on earth. We should be moving with fear. You know, one false move or one false, you know, one false move.
See, the that shit on purpose.
One false move, just like that. That was an example.
Right.
Yep, false move. And, you those are the ones that are looking for that reward. Again, Proverbs 13:13. Those who fear the commandments will be rewarded, which ultimately would be saved through the famines, the said perils to come, you know, and ultimately up into the chariots. You know, there will be some that will be martyred, you know, for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, but like I tell you, strive unto the truth until death, and he shall fight for you. Right? Those who die for Yahweh Shem Shai has a automatic ride on the chariot. You know.
And see, that's the thing. And right at the end, it says, "What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Shai?" Because it was really a slap in the Lord's face. Because here it is, he put the middle of the Lord out here to give warning. You ain't even got to do that. Right? That's just because the Lord is just, man. He's like, look, I'm not about to jack y'all up, but y'all didn't even know you were born into something. You didn't even know what the hell's going on. It's like we're in the world, just living honestly. You know, a lot of us really know what's going on. You don't know shit until you know what you do.
Right.
You know?
Well,
And,
you said, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? He told them in 2 Ezra 9 and 12, you'll have death by pain.
There you go. You go again.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and get that to me.
This is 2 Chronicles chapter 36 and verse 15. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh Shai of your fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up bedtime and sending, because he had compassion on his people."
See, the Lord had compassion on us, man. So he's like, look, I'm going to send the prophets out. I'm going to give the warning. All right, they're going to give the warning from me, right? Like so 2 Ezra 15 chapter, verse 1. All right, we're giving our people the warning, man. All right, Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up voices like a trumpet. Show our people transgression, house of judgment. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's the Lord showing mercy. But what did they do with it? Off the fucking horn on the way to block, laughing and mocking. Another nigga in the car laughing too behind. They had a whole 3 or 4 cars, man. They thought that was gonna be the funniest thing to do to them. You know what I'm saying? But when Pookie gets fucking his head chopped off out the window, then the people behind him and in front of him, man, gonna be crying and putting up posts and picture T-shirts saying, you know, that was my dog, man. It was crazy. We were just driving down the street with each other. That's what the post is gonna start here. I was just talking to him on the phone. He said he was honking at these dudes on the camera.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
We said, that was my dog. He's acting like a heathen. We know that.
Yeah, right.
The heathen is a dog in the scriptures.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
It says, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh Shem Shai.
See, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And that's what's happening even to this day. Here it is, man. This shit is horrible. We're in the worst state we've ever been in. All right, look. The so-called president, man, ain't got no respect anywhere. The U.S. ain't got that voice like they used to. They know they're idle threats. They don't mean nothing. These nations have gotten their strength up, man. Now their chest is puffed out. For so long, you saw Edom has been puffing at his enemies, man. Now the big bad wolf ain't blown the brick house down. All right, he done went through all the straw and hay nations, man. All right, now he's up against real strength.
We said in the book of Joel, let the weak say I'm strong. That's where we are right now. Is this the man?
Is this the man? Right. Go ahead. How is the whole hammer of the earth
broken? Asunder.
Asunder, right? Go ahead.
It says, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh Shem Shai and despised his words and misused his prophets, to the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai arose against his people, till there was no remedy.
See, and that's what's getting ready to happen to 2/3 of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord about to get y'all, man. And we're happy for it. Because you're not, in this stage, the way y'all act, you're not our people anyways, all right? You're the only ones that come back and serve Yahweh Shem Shai. That's the true Israel. All right, because like Romans 9, we're not all Israel that are what? Of Israel. Oh, yeah, you fleshly Israelites, but you don't practice. You're in the way of the heathen. So guess what? You're going to get a heathenistic judgment, man. Which that's scary. All right? But here it is. We'll brainstorm and think, man, how the Lord going to get these fucking people right?
Precept.
But ultimately, we know we don't spend a whole lot of time on this. Ultimately, we're worrying about the righteous. All right, like 2 Ezra 9 know the end be all for the wicked of our people. It's on the war. Okay? And as a matter of fact, real quick, get Luke 10, 15, 16 real quick. Let me get the precept.
Book of Luke.
Yep.
Says, he that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me. And he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me.
And then
Yeah.
You're not hurting our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we get mad. We got the righteous anger in us too. Like we're part of the Lord's program. We're part of His body. So yeah, we get mad at fucking Jay.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent. But we're not. We understand that these fucking people. Oh, it's over for them. So they can have their little party and bullshit time. It's over for them, man. At the end of the day, we can get rest at night knowing the Lord's gonna jack these fucking people
Yep.
up. Man. All right.
God. Can you read that again?
Luke chapter 10 and verse 16. It says, he that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me, and he that despiseth me despiseth him.
God, and that just proves the order of things. He said, he that heareth you. That's telling you, like the Lord has always said, he has spoken by the mouth of the prophets since the beginning. Okay? He created, Yahweh was the first creation. He revealed it to him. Yahweh gave it to us. Okay? And then when he gave it to us, we gave it to the rest of Israel, specifically the elect. Okay? So again, just like he said, when you despise what we say, you ultimately despising the chain of command. It begins with the Father, Yahweh, the Son, Yahweh, okay? And then those of us in his image, which is righteousness, Yeah. This is to back you up about Jake acting like the heathen. That's why you're going to get a heathen's reward. This is Sirach chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him. That's pretty simple. And if you understand pitch, if you get it on you, it ain't coming off easy. And if it does come off, it's gonna take some of you with it.
Yeah.
That's some bad stuff to get on you. And it was hard. That's pitch is what the ark was sealed up with.
Yep.
Kept all that water out, that torrential rain. That's some tough stuff, man.
Yep. So like I said, you're trusting our enemy.
Yep.
White man, he's been my buddy. A lot of people ain't spiritual too. A lot of so-called white friends, Jake anyways.
Yeah, but then
like I said, you got these quote-unquote cool Edomites, that are all right, but they gonna be fucking destroyed, man. You gotta let them go.
you gotta know what they did too.
Yeah.
You don't know them that well, because they'll, like I said, he'll go crouching by you and then he'll spring out on you. I got a precept. Back that up.
Yeah.
This is about Esau. It says, Psalms 53 verse 1, to the chief musician upon Mahalath, Maskil, a psalm of David. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. That's always talking about Esau, Edom. And a lot of our Jakes too. He says,
why is that? Because Esau claims he is the Most High.
Yep.
That's especially you see it through his technology. He's getting real puffed up now.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially that guy's got it coming too. That no Harari dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, he got it coming to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
But saying our machines are better than what the Lord can make.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a piece of work.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's also a doodle stopper too.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Fudge packer. This is it says corrupt are they and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. None. It says verse 2, Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 3, every one of them is gone back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. You know, we say, can you bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Consider the work of Yahweh, or who can make straight what he made crooked.
Right. They were designed to do this, man.
Yep.
All right, he made the righteous, he made the wicked. Right? You got the three classes of men. You got the sons of God, you got the sons of the wicked, and the sons of the wicked. All right.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
We're of the son. We're of the fold of what? The sons of God. The ones that the whole world hates.
Yep.
You know, and that's another thing too. A lot of these nations starting to come like, man, why is it always about them? Like across the four corners of the earth, why are we being talked about all the time in a negative light?
We about to see.
Yeah, right.
We about to see.
You know?
They've been putting so much negativity about, our people, land, and with all the, the good and stuff that's been seen, it's like, people are seeing, like, they're not that, they're not as bad as what they can see that they're not, these people aren't as bad. Even other people are doing wickedly amongst our people. They're seeing, like, them still trying to create they're doing inventions, that's still helping the earth. Even in the folly, they be looking out, they're looking out for each other. It's just Esau that plays his vibration in the earth, and his influence, on our people to where like rap music and things like that, and our people are just trying to make a way with the little bit that they do have, the little talents they do have. But if they didn't have them, then their talents would be used for good. That's why we need one that's more profitable. How about
that goes into his witchcraft, his media, which the root word it goes into medium. Yes, that's the position, and that's not only in his music, it's in his movies, it's in the actual books, stuff that has been changed. All right, and then that's the curse itself. He said you show 28:37, Deuteronomy 28:37 should be a byword, a proverb, an astonishment. Okay, so yeah, yep, you can come through.
All right, where we at? Yes, go back to
Ezekiel 35:1 says, moreover, the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Nasir and prophesy against it.
And that's what we're doing. We're prophesying against it, man. We're saying this place is going to be, American Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed via thermonuclear destruction, concentrated beings with all different chariots, man. All right, you got pestilences running through this land. All right, the Lord's bringing the plagues like in ancient Egypt, man.
Yep.
All right, plus more. Okay? And guess what, man? It's going to be a time like never before, man. All right, you're in trouble, man. There's going to be so much shit happening. Like, I'm telling you, daily I'm driving, man, just like, all these cheerleading animals, over 1 million population, right? All these people not know what the fuck is going on.
Nope.
That's complete chaos, man. You don't see how these bodies laid up all through the streets, man.
Yeah, and don't shoot the messenger. Right. We just read what said the Lord was the next verse.
Us four don't have the power to go in and knock off the whole cities, all right? No. Not yet.
Not yet. That's hold on, we're thinking. Not yet. Yeah.
It says, verse 2, Son of man, I read that. Verse 3, and say unto it, thus said Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua power. It says, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
See?
And his hand, Yahushua.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, go ahead. You got something to say, Ron?
Oh no, I was gonna wait till you get to the 5 and 6.
So the Lord, man, like I say, he got that indignation against Esau, He's up against the chief Amalek.
Yep.
You know? All right, he's got indignation forever against them, man. You think the Lord's gonna let them get away with this? No, they ain't get away with it, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be
He sounds like the Super News shows. If it wasn't for the Netherlands Israelites, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have got away with it.
Yep.
It's the Lord, man. He's supposed to be, He's supposed to be.
We are not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Right.
I will stretch out my hand against, verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So you got that perpetual hatred. Ongoing. It's never stopped. Even to this day. From the beginning of time, man. Alright? This goes all the way back to Abraham. Alright? The spirit, what? The spirit of Cain came on what? Esau. Alright? And Jacob. Alright? So there's nothing new under the sun, man.
Right.
That serpent and that wicked spirit, man, is on the earth. Still.
And something to consider when he says, thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel. You read it in Numbers, but whose blood has been perpetually since they've come into the Americas, you know, whose blood has been sprung up on the trees, you know,
Mass graves,
unalived in the streets. You know, you have burial children buried behind churches, behind schools, police departments with the wallet and the ID still in it.
Yep.
You know, Punch Bowl. You look up Punch Bowl, the Devil's Punch Bowl.
Devil's Punch Bowl, Natchez, Mississippi. Yep.
You know, you look up Guatemala, the Tuskegee experiment. You see that those were both the children of Israel being dealt very harshly. You know, even to this very day, you know, the things that are actually displaced in many of the neighborhoods that made many of the children of Israel sick. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say about that Devil's Punch Bowl. A lot of people gloss over the fact those were Union soldiers who did that, not Confederate. So you talking about Republicans, Democrat? You just talked about in Psalms 53. Not one of them are good, regardless of what title they carry. They are still Edomites. Still Edomites, and those bones. I think that had to be like 2018, 2019. Apostle Ramlov, I forget who was with him. They actually did it on location, and those bones. Remember that flood in Mississippi? They were washing up, and people won't eat the fruit from those. That's where strange fruit comes from, and you know they didn't want her singing that song. And that's the thing. They really hate their history, man.
Alligator bait. You know, you look up alligator bait and children, greatly affected by that.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna wrestle Jake, baby. You're gonna toss him out from fucking baby in the water. Little one. It's just crazy. That's why Psalms 137.
Collectible Negro.
Yeah.
You know, making wallets, pillows out of the hair.
Coin purses out of the Tesco. Yep.
There's just still in practically all the inventions, like Yahushua said, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. So everything that's happened unto the children of Israel, you've seen that things have been stolen from them, things have been they've been killed, and they've been utterly destroyed, like it told us in the curses, Deuteronomy 28, he says, until thou be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And we have no might in our hand.
Right.
You know, we're going into the enemy, as it said, for the one of all things. Anything that we need right now, you know, is money. We need a place to stay. We need a place something to drive. We got to go through them for all of that. And in order to even have a job outside of what they provide, we still got to get licenses for everything. To even go fish, can't even put a garden in your backyard. You know, chickens, you know,
class regulations,
permits.
All right.
That's why, you know, them dumb jakes, you know, called themselves Israelite a few years ago, talking about building a community.
Oh yeah, House of Israel.
Yeah.
They had all that land. They had all type. It was.
You need them to get utilities there. You need permits to build on it. You got to go through them. It's not yours.
Yeah.
And you know, you read, you're supposed to read the same Bible. You read, he said, "This place is not your rest. Arise ye and depart." All right.
Now you think back in we talked about time of Nehemiah, or when they were building, they were trying to build the temple, they fight.
Yeah.
They're much more in their land trying to build something outside of them.
Yeah.
You know,
And then Esau has proven time and time again. Anytime we try to
not
build
the temple,
something,
the walls.
the walls.
Yes, like,
Well, anytime we were building something, they came and destroyed it. They came and destroyed it. That's why I like that Pope with that apology. Man, fuck that apology.
Right.
Open up the Vatican. We want to see our stuff you got over there. We know you took it back. When you took it back to Rome. You know, when you sacked Israel in 670 AD.
They got us stuff, man.
Locked up. I just said the Edomites took it.
Yeah, right.
That's y'all.
Right.
I think it's 2nd Ezra 4 and 45.
they hoard all the treasure to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can never have enough. They got the village not to fulfill, but the paraphrase.
Yeah. My mom used to say, if it ain't nailed down, she said a nigga would still stink out of shit.
Yeah, straight up. They the real niggas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Design niggas.
What it says, Sirach 14, call them niggards.
Niggas,
Yeah, excessively greedy.
Yep. Yep.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Mhm.
It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction."
Water
Mhm.
systems, they have issues that's going to even be more affected with these data centers.
Yeah.
You got the air, you know, the things against the rain, the chemtrails. You're looking at the tree right now where half of it, 25, look like about 25% of it is not growing.
Pan the camera today. Show that tree.
Yeah. 25% of it isn't growing.
Yep.
You know,
There it is, right there.
said that we would eat our defiled bread amongst the Gentiles and
Uh-huh.
other nations. So the food in which we eat, you know, we try to do our best, but we find that there's always something being changed as far as the ingredients, because of course Amalek cut corners just so he can maintain a shepherd. You know,
Yeah. Yes, this place is, they said, polluted, shall destroy you with a sore destruction, man. Like I said, this place is designed to run on sin. And that's not where an Israelite can thrive, man.
Right.
All right? The reason why we thrive is because what? We're wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. The Lord gives us wisdom, knowledge, understanding to maneuver without defiling ourselves. You know, obviously, we can't be perfect over here, you know, but to the best of our ability, you know, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. We're practicing. Okay? That's why ultimately it's by faith, you know, that the Lord deliver us, man.
Mhm.
But we exercise our faith, you know. Faith that what works is dead, so. Micah 2:10.
Yeah.
Okay, because he says it's polluted. I thought of Isaiah where it says it's defiled under the heavens. And the chief inhabitant, the one who's ruling, saw him.
Mhm.
So follow the money. Look at who's actually ruling. You know, they're talking about making adjustments. I was watching the Yasharama video. You know, and it's like they blame nature and everything that's going on, but themselves, not taking accountability. You know, that you actually ran this place, and the reason the way it is because of your mismanagement. You know, and now you want to try to now back and blame the Israelites. Like we have no power in what's going on in these major meetings.
Right.
They're making plans for us. We didn't even have a say in it.
Got no say.
All over the world, you going over to Iran and messing with Libya, messing with you know, the Palestinians and
Lebanon.
and stirring up stuff with Turkey and these different places.
Mhm.
We didn't have no say in that.
Nope.
So you know, so that's you.
Yeah.
Now you come through. You come through. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so like, yeah, we ain't, hey, well, like I said, we ain't got no dog in the hunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't
Right.
got no, we're powerless and we're at the bottom.
Right. No might in our hands, just like you quoted from the curses.
And then they're like, no, that's not true. We see your kind in Congress and the Senate. Yeah, guess what? After the ways of the heathen.
Well, not
Our
only
people that you see in those higher rankings, they're not. They're just formerly Esau's agenda. It's not ours.
yeah, I was about to say that 99% of Congress is controlled by Amalek,
Right.
APAC.
There you go.
So they fought. I had a definition of that word polluted.
Come.
It says, this is from Merriam-Webster's online dictionary. Definition 1A, to make ceremonially or morally impure, defile.
There you go.
There it is right there. It says, definition 2A, to make physically impure or unclean. You know, we talked about the air, the water, the food. Okay? Defile, dirty. It says definition 2B, to contaminate an environment, especially with chemical or manufacturing waste. And I don't know if you all have ever seen the old school clip with the brother and the barber being interviewed by the Edomite, and you know, he was talking about being a Christian. He said, no, your God and your religion is contaminated. We don't want nothing to do with it.
Yep. And that's why hence the beginning of the verse says, "Rise ye and depart."
Right.
It's not your departing mean what? Obviously, don't be simple. Ain't talking about, because you can't run from
Right.
the wickedness. Right? Esau has covered the whole earth with wickedness. Right?
Mhm.
There's no wherever you go, the wickedness will follow. Okay?
Mm-hmm. But that's like the Maccabees did in chapter 1, 43. You know, they left. They wasn't going to consent into his religion.
Yep.
Okay, the other one stayed behind and stayed wicked.
But even then,
Right?
but even then, it was the Sabbath day,
Yeah,
and they got attacked.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, it again, it wasn't a rest period. It wasn't
Yeah.
the time. And even, you know,
Right.
and even though at a point they overcame, they had the dedication, the rededication.
Right.
You know, still, you know, they were, Esau is going.
Yep.
You know, like you know, it's been said, you know, he ain't gonna stop.
Yep.
You know, as long as he's in rulership, he's not going to stop. Like the proverb said, you know, the horse leech has two daughters crying, give, give. You talk about a bloodsucker, you
Yeah.
know, a parasite, when it's stuck to you, and it continues to grow and get nourishment based off of your energy and blood, sweat, and tears. Then it's not gonna say, oh, I had enough and pop off. No, it's gonna drain you until it's taken everything off of you, and then it'll move to the next host. That's how, when you look at the 100+ countries that they've been, once they've gone in and they've pretty much utterly destroyed it, and there's no more resource, or the resource is very bare, they go somewhere else.
Yep.
And you see that traveling all the way through. Now this place is completely being destroyed.
Yep.
And they're going to look again, this whole new world order. But now they're trying to get everyone under this one world currency with the prick or the karak. You know.
It ain't gonna happen. But I was just gonna say, to your point, you brought up a real, a thing that's going around right now. You got a lot of Jake saying, you know, they're a parasite. They need to thrive off of us.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Jake is saying we're not going out there because we've seen when other people protest and when when they protest. Now, but we don't get into that stuff. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with us. But they seeing, you know, hey, these so-called white people protesting. Where are all these pallets of bricks? You ain't heard from Antifa.
Nope.
They ain't been nowhere. Nothing's been smashed. Nothing's been tore up.
Fast forward, or going back, 50, 60 years, when they were just so long, they walking hand in hand. Women were wearing dresses, men wearing suits. In the middle of the street, Selma, you know, they were having dogs sit on them.
Yeah.
Water hoses on them, and they're walking peacefully.
Yep.
They don't even have signs up. They're just singing, you know, singing songs, you know. And that was a protest, or the bus boycott. They was, oh, okay, we're not going to ride the bus. You know, still, things, unrighteous decrees and the laws were being made.
Well, mind you, they can't stand seeing a group of Jakes just together, just
Well,
hanging around, because what are they doing over there? Are they conspiring against us?
That's what I was just about to say. That was around the time J. Edgar Hoover said, the biggest threat to the United States is Negro unity. And that's it. Whether you just marching peacefully or you coming to do some damage. Negro unity. You know, and you know, hey, that's the thing. They didn't have, at that time, the truth wasn't flourishing like it is. Now it's the elect.
And the thing is, growing up, I remember as a youngin', I didn't know why it was happening, but like a lot of the guys that was much older, like my brother's age, you know, they had signs in the apartment saying no lottery, right? And so you would have a group of guys kind of standing at the green box, chilling, police would roll up on them, put them against the wall and start patting them down and checking them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they tried to bring that back in Chicago. I want to say in the 90s. That loitering was the same thing as when the slaves were working the field. You couldn't have more than two together. They thought you were plotting something.
And see, and that was in the neighborhood. So then they're asking where you stay. I'm like, right here. I
Yeah.
live right here. Where are you? I live right here. We all
Yeah.
live in the same court. They would, and then some would have drugs planted on them. Some would actually have drugs. Then you have a situation where we see that and we're all together. Some police started scattering and running. Now it automatically looked like you know.
But you're running because you're scared to get something planted on.
Yeah.
So, and then say, look at them. See, this is why we come into the neighborhood and do these things. We accuse them of not running.
Yep. That's like that Jake woman said yesterday after that verdict. She's like, something's got to happen. Because it's like, if we don't defend ourselves, you still take us out. If we do defend ourselves, you know, we get in trouble for, you know, defending ourselves. All right, and see, that's just the way the East, man. That dude has been a punk, a coward since the beginning of time. Look at how he attacks people. He either has to outgun you or outnumber you, or both. Either way. I'll be watching some of the fights. They be struggling with Jake women, out of breath. You know, getting whooped. That's sad.
That's why they don't be wrestling around with that sword. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's gonna,
Yep.
once it goes, it's gonna get nasty.
I heard there was a cross burn in downtown Chicago. Yeah. That's very interesting. Because you didn't left the rural areas and come into the city.
Right.
They about to test you now. See what you all about.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 20, verse 4. We'll read down to 7. It says, Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So this is but a short time. You know, he helped a lot of that too. You know, the scriptures prophesied and said that he would, you know, he helped forward the affliction. You know, they understood that we are the people, that we were under the curses. And so, of course, it was them saying, well, since they empowered, you know, we can get them to transgress against their power. So they pushed, you know, pork and different foods, you know, the clothing, you know, that had perverted, you know, had their hand on the book and taught falsely. You know, and had many of our people, you know, even some of us at this time believed in, you know, some of the teachings and things that they pushed for until we came into the true counsel of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. It said in Psalm 73. Then we realized, you know, the true end. You know, and it says, and we know that this is but a short time. You know, we have a short time, and it's for a moment, you know, compared to the lifetime of life. How about Israelites? It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which see him shall say, where is he? It says, I read 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night.
God, you said he was a hypocrite too. You know, we talk about this all the time. Esau act like everybody but Esau. He want to be everybody else. He's the Greeks. He's the Romans. You know, he's the Irish. And you go right online now and find that those Irish were dark-skinned, blue-eyed people. Yeah. He's the Vikings. Yeah, he's the Israelites. You know, cause they changed that in 1860. There was one of those Judaica magazines. They started calling themselves the Israelites. When what was it? 1925. They said modern day Edom is modern day Jewry is Edom. Yeah, they tell on themselves, and then get mad when you cite their own writings. Yeah. All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you we say Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, Abba Babal. Shalom to sincere elect brothers and sisters on the comment board. We got next. Shalom.